Hey, welcome back to the shop. I'm Chip, and today I'm going to be working on the seat for these walnut chairs that I'm building. Okay, I'm going to start making the seat for this one, and here's the stock I'm going to be using, walnut, just under 7/8 of an inch. So my next step here is to get these three pieces joined together. All right, so to put these three pieces together, I'm going to be using a 5 by 30 millimeter domino. So I want to mark some lines to put those dominoes in. Oops. Okay, they're going to go in there like that. But before I can start cutting those dominoes, I got to make a tool change on the Festool domino cutter. So here's the bit I'm going to need. That's a number 5. And I think I've got a 10 in there right now. So I want to take that out. And I need to adjust my setting. That's a 5 by 30, so I want to be 15. 15 is half of 30, so each side is 15 millimeters. And that's what we're cutting. All right. Domino cutter gets tied into the vacuum to clean up our sawdust. Bring our stock back and we'll get set up over here. Okay, so I made my 3 marks. We're going to get those dominoes cut so they fit in like that. But before I can do that, I need to make another adjustment on my Festool. So I want to be in the center, and measuring this with my 8 millimeter tape measure. It's just over 20 millimeters. So I'm going to be around 10. And I'm going to check that with the centering tool. Gives me the center line here. And I'll set my Festool depth at 10. And we'll test it out and see where we're at. we're ready for some glue. So I want to show you, I don't know if you can see real well, but when I'm gluing up this piece, my grain orientation, this way is concave and this one's convex, okay? I want that staggered because if it goes to warp, it'll be more rigid with a different grain pattern. So there it is. We let that sit for a good hour and a half. All right, so just took it out of the clamps and I'm gonna clean this surface, get the glue off in the back and stuff with a 60 grit on my Festool sander. This is also going to level out my surface, my seat. It's close when I glue it up, but it's not perfectly level. This is 17 1/4. If this was 15, I could send it through my helical head joiner, and that would level this all off, clean it up real nice. But I'm too wide. I'm too wide for that, so I got to do it by hand. And then once I get that all finished and smooth, we'll be ready to trace out our pattern and move over to the bandsaw. So I got to make some more dust. Okay, so I sanded it down and we're ready to cut our seat out. And I got a template already made from other chairs that I've made, similar base, similar seat. Squared off my back. Okay. Okay, so we've got our shape of our seat cut out, and now I want to carve out the inside. You've seen seats that are kind of carved in, makes them a little more comfortable. They're not so flat. To me, it just makes it look more, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like broken in, used, home style, craftsmanship, you know. So I'm going to mark out about 2 inches where I want to start my groove. Stay inside these lines the best I can. And how I'm going to do this is on my Milwaukee grinder, I've got this power carver, and I'd love to give them a shout out, and their name is not marked on the tool, and I can't remember whose tool it is, so no shout out for that company, but it's basically a big rasp, needle points on here that's going to carve out. It's a very aggressive tool. You really got to hang on. You got to be careful. You don't want to get in the way of it. It's going to leave a mark, absolutely, and a lot of dust. So I'm going to my RZ mask, and so I can keep that walnut dust out of my lungs. And headphones. So you probably can't see, but I'm taking a lot of material out of there, and it's really rough. There's all that material, sawdust. And this will take a while, so I'm going to shut down the camera and I'm going to work on this, get this carved out. When I'm done carving out what I want to, I'm going to go back to the Festool sander with a 60 grit, and I'm going to smooth this out. I'll be able to do a much better job of smoothing and contouring with the 60 grit sandpaper. So, all right, I'm going to make some sawdust. Be right back. Alright, so this tool is really aggressive, so I've got a lot of sanding to do, even with the 60 grit. And then I'll move to an 80 just to get this all smoothed out and contoured. It's really rough right now. You know, if you haven't smelled walnut sawdust, you haven't lived. This stuff, oh my God. My whole shop smells like walnut right now, and it is intoxicating. It is amazing stuff. Better than cherry. Cherry smells really good, but walnut, you gotta smell it sometime. It's amazing. Smell that. Oh. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so there we are. I'm gonna do some more finish sanding a little later, but I just want to show you how she fits on like that. I'm probably gonna do a pocket screw. I'll do 4, come up through here into the seat. Just works really well. I don't have any cross bracing on these. They're strong as is. They don't need it. So I mean, that's typically where you see the seat attached. So I'm going to do a pocket screw, and I got 2 done. me show you a little more. This is one I did earlier. This is the one we just did. And then I've got 2 more to make. And then I will have a set of 4 walnut chairs to go with the walnut table that I have. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Come on back and check out others that I make. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.